Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prastaya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayanya
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gopakta Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Hari Bol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Hari Bol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Hari Bol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Hari Bol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna
Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Hari Bol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Goranga
Hari Bol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Hari Bol Krishna
Jaya Jaya Goranga
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Shila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Ora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Devi.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Ora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Devi.
So yung science na kaalaman na pinag-aaralan natin ay kaiba sa nakagisnan natin sa eskwelahan, sa buhay natin, kung ilang taon man kayo nandito sa katawan ngayon, kaiba. Dahil itong science na to ay tungkol sa relasyon natin sa puong may kapal at it's about awareness. So you, the person, kayo yung aware. Kung ano yung condition ninyo, ano yung pag-identify nyo sa body nyo, paghahanap nyo ng kaligayahan na magbibigay sa inyo ng sa tingin nyo ng kapunuan, yun ang gagawin nyo. Pero kung hindi naman pala kayo ang isipan, hindi kayo ang desire, at hindi nyo naintindihan na kayo pala, tayo pala, yung awareness at yung naging focus ng awareness natin ay itong katawan na to lang at ang mundo na to. Kaya walang kapunuan yung puso natin at yung isipan natin ay magulong-magulo. Dahil nandun lahat yung desire na susundin natin. At kung ano yung akala natin na sa consciousness natin, na conditioning natin, doon tayo mapopokus. So ito yung gusto kong sabihin ngayon, basahin ngayon ha. Ito yung science na, science means process or a system na makaka-achieve kayo ng certain result. At ito yung eternal science about who we are, our relationship with God, at paano natin makakamtan to. Sabi ni Lord Krishna sa Transcendental Knowledge, unang-una, sinabi niya yung parampara, yung disciplic succession. Yun yung knowledge coming from Him, descending. Okay. Sabi niya, the supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. So yung process ng yung paraan ay ng supreme science ay through disciplic succession. Pero there was a time na naputol. So ngayon, Lord Krishna appeared to establish again yung science na yun. So sabi niya, that very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee, as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of the science. So ngayon ang tanong, are we a friend of God? Kasi He's our friend eh. So, ano yung nagse-separate sa atin para maging kaibigan natin ng Diyos? Yun yung understanding ng transcendental nature natin, kung sino tayo, transcendental position natin as eternally the loving servant of God. At ang pangatlo ay to render pure devotional service to the Supreme Person. Yun yung activities ng Spirit Soul who is a friend of God. Naintindihan niya? Is it clear? Kaya every day we come here to chant. The reason we chant is to purify us from discovering. Kasi nga, yung process ng materialism, ng maya or illusion, may portion eh. Science din yun na pag hindi mo na kita maigi, you identify with the mind, yung desire na sa mind, nag-identify ka sa body. At ang idea ng ang consciousness natin, awareness natin ay bodily identification. I'm this body. Kaya, ang magiging goal natin ay madadirect sa pag-fulfill, supposedly, ng akala natin, magbibigay happiness sa atin through the senses. Kaya gumagawa tayo ng mga bagay na sinful. Ano yung sinful? It's against God. We steal, we use, we have no respect for others. Kasi nga yung consciousness natin is a consciousness of materialism, meaning utilizing. Utilizing means lahat na makita natin, gagamitin natin. And it's sinful. Kasi we don't own anything. So yung science na tinuturo sa atin ay awareness. Paano tayo makokonect, maging kaibigan ng poong may kapal, is awareness of your identity. Kaya the more you chant, the more we chant, the more we become purified. Kaya yung awareness natin, hindi na awareness ng satisfaction of the senses. Kasi itong body definitely will be the source of suffering. Halimbawa, nagkasakit kayo lahat, di ba? Yung awareness nyo, yung body nyo talagang hindi maganda sitwasyon to, di ba? Pero kung aware kayo, you are the person, aware kayo, nang-chant kayo, aware kayo. My body, hindi yung me body. Is it clear? Usually, kasi sabihin nyo, me body. Kagaya ng mga girls, di ba? If you identify yourself as the body, you'll always be focusing upon the external. Yung buhok nyo, yung mukha nyo, lahat. Okay? Pero naka-experience man kayo lahat tayo rito, naka-experience nagkaroon tayong trangkaso, yung ganon. So ngayon, yung experience nyo na yun, hindi maganda kasi nga, nahirapan ka, inuubo ka, may lagnat ka, tapos, hindi lang yun. Nahihilo ka, napakasakit ng katawan, trangkaso nga eh. Okay? So, kung nag-identify ka sa body, ang pinaka gusto mong relief ay alibyo. Sana ma-alibyo ko. Kaya nagsasuffer ako. Okay. Pero connected pa rin sa body. Pero pag nabigyan ka ng opportunity to come sa science na to, that has been handed down since time immemorial. Time immemorial, walang memory. Walang time. Immemorial nga walang time. Kasi it's about your eternal transcendental nature. Awareness ba? Aware ka. Kaya lang, bakit hindi natin ma-experience yung connection ng happiness? Kasi we are not a friend of God. Kaya the more you chant, the more you become aware, I'm servant of the senses pala. Tapos, ang hinahanap kong kaligayahan ay nakatuon sa pag-control sa body. Yung body na to, hindi naman pala ako. So, hindi ko sinasabi you don't take care of your body. What I'm trying to tell is, hindi dapat yun ang magiging focus natin sa buhay natin. Kasi nga, the reason we engage in this science is to be aware of our relationship with God. Kasi yun ang bibigay sa inyo ng connection sa puso nyo. Kaya mas may sakit ka, aware ka sa puso mo, Krishna. Okay? Makikita mo na, mag-iisip ka someday, the day will come, I will be with you. Makakasama kita. Although ngayon, nandito ako, alam ko lahat ng bagay na nandito ay sa'yo, pero iba talaga yung kasama mo si Lord Krishna at kalaro mo siya kasama ng mga cowherd boys, kalaro mo siya sa Brindavan, you're serving God, iba yun. Yun yung focus ng awareness na pina-follow natin dahil nakafocus yun sa science ng relationship with God. Is it clear sa inyo? Yun ang magbibigay katugunan sa problema ninyo, natin, at lahat. Kaya lang yung awareness na yun ay dapat magkaroon ng gabay ng pagsambit sa pangalan ng Panginoong Diyos, yung Maha Mantra. Dahil yung Maha Mantra ay ang proseso na yung mind natin mapipurify yung puso natin. Tayo mismo, maging aware ka ba? Kaya may sakit yung katawan mo, nakahiga ka. Yung mundo mo, it's an awareness of longing for connection with your friendship with God. At alam mo, mahal ka niya eh. So, you put your life in His hands. Anyway, everything is in His hands. Masi ayaw mo ilagay, nasa kamay pa man din niya. Kasi, ang katunayan, all of us here, we think we're the movers. Ang totoo, hindi tayo ang movers. We think we're the controller. We have so much wealth, mga ganon. Everything is done by material nature, not by us. Lahat ng nangyayari, it's done by material nature, and material nature is under the control of God. So ngayon, ang question tayo na individual who is aware, kasi nga tinuro sa inyo yung who you are, that this body is continually changing, you are the person, this body dies but you don't die, you leave the body, you were once in a baby body, a young girl's body, and then time will come, you ask this question, if you leave the body now, where will you go? Where will you go? Saan ka pupunta pag if you leave the body? Especially you experience that in times of trying times. Halimbawa, nagkasakit ka, yung katawan mo. You feel helpless kasi nga your body is in pain. Nakita mo na you're not all-powerful. At ang tanong, why will you put so much time on maintaining the body that is caused ng suffering? Why focus there? Okay? Bakit kayo magpo-focus doon? Because of lack of awareness of your relationship with pleasing God. We've been pleasing the mind, following the desire. Kaya nga, yoga process mean union with the desire of God. Union with our friend. To be a friend of God. Kaya science na to, it's being told to us because God is our friend. He is our eternal friend na unconditional yung pag-ibig niya sa atin. Kaya nandito kayo ngayon. Hindi naman by chance nandito kayo. Hindi naman dahil naisip nyo, punta ako doon. Hindi naman. You were born in a certain place, a certain family, then you have this, a certain, in the process na spiritual merits, then you come here. Then ang gagawin lang nyo, you continue where you stop. Kaya lang, very important yung awareness. Awareness ba? Alam niyo ibig sabihin ng awareness? Consciousness ba? Consciousness. Aware. Aware ako na inuubo yung katawan ko. Hindi yung inuubo ako. Aware ako na mainit yung ulo ko. Aware ako na masakit yung ulo ko. Aware ako, masakit yung ulo ko. My possession, my head. Hindi mo sinasabing me head, me hair. Pero pag nag-identify ka sa body, lagi na lang ang mundo mo, buhok mo. Okay? Lahat ng makikita nyo, yung mukha nyo, yun ang identification. Pero hindi nyo naisip, hindi naman kayo yung mukha, hindi rin kayo yung buhok. Okay? You're eternally beautiful. Because your spirit soul, you're dazzling, effulgent. Itong body na to, hindi to effulgent, kaya lang to nagkaroon ng effulgence ng buhay because you're there. If you leave this body, ano mangyari sa body? Maging parang bulad. Nakakita na kayong bulad? Nakakita na kayo ng ng yung, nakakita, di ba? Pag umalis ka sa katawan, itong body na to, di ba? Pag nakakita na kayo mga isda na, bulok na, sayang manin, di ba? Wala naman yung spirit soul doon, sayang manin. So, butangan na lang nila asin, di ba? Para mukupos, okay? If you leave the body, that will be the situation, okay? Kaya kung ang focus nyo yung katawan nyo, nakakamali kayo kasi yung awareness nyo is all about me. So, dapat gamitin natin yung katawan natin para magamit natin yung energy na to mapalapit sa Diyos. Pero kung ang focus mo laging buhok mo lang, paaba yung buhok mo. Kaya nga yung training dito ngayon, yung mga girls dapat magpagupit kayo ng hanggang dito lang, alam nyo. I'll give you a story, okay? You know what? Maya is very strong. Alam nyo si Maya, very strong. During the time of Haridas Thakur, he was here. He's in a Muslim body. He was born a Muslim, okay? So ngayon, yung mga Muslim priests saka yung yung Hindu priests, ayaw nila kasi bakit si Haridas Thakur nagcha-chant ng holy names of God? Muslim siya. At yung mga Muslim naman, galit din. Yung mga Muslim, ayaw nila, sino siya? Bakit niya china-chant yung Hindu God? Okay. Tapos very famous. Ang dami sumusunod sa kanya. Because he's so potent. Yun ang ng devotee. He's so potent. Alam mo yung potent? Pag gumawa kayo ng apoy, o kaya, ganito na lang para mas madali. Pag yung bakal nilagay sa apoy, hindi nyo nakikita niya, pag ganito na, nagwe-welding si Mumardom. Okay? Apoy yun, di ba? Tapos kayo nandun nanonood. Tapos naman, nagpa-welding kayo ng something para gamitin sa bike. Hinawakan nyo kagad. Pag hawak nyo, pasok kayo, di ba? So, it's so potent. Potent. Okay? May power ba? Potent. Potential. Okay? Potent. P-O-T-E-N-T. Potent. Potential. Yung potential means possibilities na may potential ka. Okay? So, yung spirit soul, dahil na-covered ka dito sa material world, ng material energy, dahil live ka, may potential kang to spark again. Kaya lang nawala yung spark. Kasi ang focus mo yung daing itong katawan na to. Diba? Pero pag umalis ka sa katawan, yung mukha na yan, misa nga it amuses me kasi hindi ako artist, pero sa mind ko, it amuses me kasi nakakita ako ng mga picture. Mamaya pag-usapan natin, gusto ko sabihin. Nakakita ako ng mga documentary sa South America. Yung mga headhunter ba? Alam mo yung headhunter? Mga cannibal. Ang nila, pag gera sila, they cut off yung head ng kalaban. Tapos, tanggalin nila yung bungo, tahiin nila yung bibig, mata. Tapos, parang, alam mo yung daing, asuhan nila, para hindi mabulok. Pagtagal, maliit na lang. Gano'n. Okay? Maliit na lang yung buhok, maliit na, maiksi na lang. Okay? Tapos, tatali nila yun sa bahay. Na-conquer nila yung kalaban. It's true. May mga cannibal sa South America, they practice that yung ulo mo putulin nila, tanggalin yung bungo, tas ipaano nila yung i-dry nila, paliit ng paliit yung ulo, tas tahiin mo na nila yung bibig sa kamata, nakatali. Ilong. Kaya nandun yung ulo mo parang balloons. May balloons dito. Parang gano'n, nakasabit sa bahay. Okay? It's true. Ngayon, kung nasa material world ka, nag-identify ka sa body, parang ganun din yan. Yung focus mo, yung spirit soul, yung sparkling by nature, life, nakapokus ka sa dead matter. Itong dead matter na to, itong body, dead. Pag sinabi mo kasing dead, inanimate. Hindi nagmumove. Nagmumove lang yan because of sa science, moving of transport. Yung cell nag-undergo ng changes yung cell, yung molecules, tapos yung atoms nagbe-breakdown na naman. Okay. So yung point ko ito. So when Haridas Thakur was there, he's very potent. Everybody was chanting the holy names. And they had a change of heart. At dito nyo makikita how potent si Haridas Thakur. Just like how fire can burn. So when they sent this prostitute, when she came, she's very lovely and beautiful, physically, okay? Para sa mga, kasi naisip na mga, na mga ano, na mga demon, kasi demon man talaga yun eh, so-called priest, so-called imam, they're demons because they hate God. They hate the devotee of God. They hate the holy names. They don't want. And they are envious of Haridas Thakur because they're into position. Para yung mga tao ng organization, alam niyo yung organization? So-called spiritual organization. Di ba? Nandiyan pa yung leader, everybody's positioning na kung kanino mapupunta yung simbahan, kanino mapupunta yung lupa. Nandiyan pa yung nandiyan pa yung supposedly spiritual leader nila na sinusunod nila. No? Pero nagpo-position na sila. Kasi yung insecure kasi sila eh. They have never understood that yung awareness nila should not be focused upon this temporary world. And not only that, they're not the controllers. Everything is in God's hands. Kaya ang ginagawa nila, they arrange it in such a way na they have control. Kaya bago pa lang umalis yung spiritual leader, nakaposisyon na sila. They have friends na, may mga kaibigan na sila. Kaya pag-alis ng spiritual leader, boboto na yan sila. Ang doon, nasa pangalan na nila yung mga lupain na galing sa donation ng mga tao. Kasi ayaw nilang mawala daw yun. Okay? Mawala yun. Pero hindi nila alam, yung mga bagay na yun ay wala pa sila, nandun naman yun. Nandiyan na yung material energy. Wala pa sila sa sitwasyon na nandun sila na nagpa-practice sila ng process, supposing ng spiritual life, understanding about the relationship with God. What happened was they got so focused in the organization, na focus sila sa system to control. Kagaya ng mga individual, tayo, hindi wala man tayong power, pero we try to control this body. Yung mundo natin, it's about control. Centered sa body, okay? So, nangyari, si Haridas Thakur, pinadala nila ng prostitute. But because Haridas Thakur is with spiritual, pure, transcendental, spiritual understanding. Meaning, he's a self-realized soul. So, pinadala nila yung physical, yung person na may physical body na supposedly maganda. But Haridas Thakur is so compassionate. Okay? He sees a child of God. Okay? A spirit soul. Okay? So, when she came, instead of alluring, alam niyo allure? Allure means attract. To attract. Okay? To attract. To attract. Allure. Alluring dahil halimbawa, yung ginagawa ng mga iba, magpapabango to allure them, to allure them sa smell. Uy, mabango, di ba? O kaya, panglabas, to allure, okay? They wear shorts, yung ganun, to allure, okay? Ipakita yung akala nilang their hardware. I don't say software, hardware. Kasi gross eh. Hardware, okay? Na? Napansin yun? They go out and show. Actually, mga girls, they don't want to hear this. You know? Most of the girls, they don't want to hear this. But it's good for you, okay? So you won't be attracted with the hardware. Kasi you must be in control of your senses. Kasi you have a great duty in your life. You have a great duty in your life to be a friend of Lord Krishna and to care for others. Yun ang buhay nyo. Not to just live a life ng kayo lang. No. The devotees of Krishna, they make a stand to stay in this world so others can be happy, others can be protected by living a life of complete surrender to Lord Krishna and teach them how to love Krishna. They may succeed or they may not succeed, but it's up to Krishna. But yun ang buhay ng devotee. Then you're a friend of Krishna. But definitely, Krishna will always protect you. Then I'll tell you mamaya bakit. Okay? So nangyari, the girl, the prostitute, she's actually Maya personified. She wasn't able to allure Haridas Thakur to engage in sinful activities, to have contact. So mangyari nun, pupunta yung huliin siya ng mga pulis, ipakita, i-drag sa street na he's a charlatan. Charlatan means manloloko, hindi talaga saintly person. Okay? Mambubudol, budul-budol. Okay? But did not happen. She became a devotee. So what she did, out of in her heart, she had her hair cut, okay, short. Okay. So what do girls do now? Okay, they have long hair. Pakita nila yung hardware nila. Okay, look what I got, di ba? Ganun nila. Pero kung may vision ka, may understanding. But it's not. That's why you should not be focused upon your hair. Kaya nga hindi lang kami masyadong pero I think there's a possibility na when you go to training, you must be very modest. Huwag mapunta yung buhok nyo na kayo. Hindi. Huwag mapunta yung panahon nyo sa buhok lang nyo. Kasi your hair is actually dead. Yung hair. Kaya nga, di ba nagpunta kayo rito, pagdating nyo, yung mga buhok nyo talagang, ayaw ko saan nakaporma yung dito, may nakaganon, di ba? Said, oy, stop that. Kasi baka doon ka nakatingin, di mo alam, naglalakad ka, mahulog ka, doon ka na nakatingin. Dahil yung ulo mo, mabigat na dito, alam mo. Ha? Naglalakad ka, biglang mamaya, may bangin para doon. Okay? So ngayon, mapopokus ngayon. Bakit? Kasi nga, pag na-focus ka sa hair mo, isipin mo parate, paano ko ito mapapaganda? Okay? Yung hardware. Okay? Paano ko ito mapapaganda? Okay? Dati itim. Gusto ko maging bulaw. Gusto ko maging green. Mga kaibigan ko, buhok nila blue eh. May green din. Okay? Pero wala na sila ngayon. Hindi na blue. Hindi na green. Okay? Miserable na. So, ang point ko is this. This very ancient science of relationship with the Supreme, to me, is told by me to you because you are my devotee. So ngayon ang tanong, are you desiring, you, lahat kayo, do you want to be having a relationship with Krishna? Okay. Sa beginning, when you come here, wala masyado yun. But now you're chanting, and then especially when your body gets sick, you become aware na, you've been chanting, yung effect ng chanting sa inyo is that, my body's sick. Then anything can happen. Huh? Tapos, if you look around, you see people, they're dying, their body's sick, and then yung buhay nila is simply focus upon sa hardware. Okay? Which definitely will die. Kaya kung ganun yung meditation nyo, materialism, mahirap. Kasi yung mind natin is very powerful, then you'll be focused upon trying to build up, secure yung ganung klaseng world. Okay? Kaya yung iba nga, alam nyo, pag nagta-travel, kayo, wala nga kayong salamin dala. May salamin ba kayo? Wala kayong salamin, no? Wala. Yung iba may talagang bag. Malaki. Pag binuksan gano'n, number 1, salamin. Pagbukas, lahat. Make-up, lahat. May gano'n. The travel. Tawag nila beauty bag. Puno yun. Kaibigan ko, gano'n eh. Pag nag-travel, aside sa damit niya, meron pa siyang beauty bag. Pero hindi ko sinasabing maging parang bruha na lang kayo na hindi na kayo mag-toothbrush, hindi na kayo hindi na kayo maghilamos dahil you're not the body. Okay? That is mode of ignorance. In the mode of goodness, iba. Your senses are all aware Mode of goodness is different. Kaya mode of goodness, your senses are very calm. You think clearly. Your senses are not agitated. Hindi ka agitated pag nasa mode of goodness. When you chant, you come sa mode of goodness. But coupled with, and the process na ano natin is that because of the chanting of the holy names, that mode of goodness is now given up, is mixed with devotional service, then your awareness is different. So when your body is sick and everything, your longing for God, for friendship, for your meditation is now focused upon praying, hoping to be always under His care. And you chant, you follow the process, and you expect His mercy because He's very merciful. If you can only understand how merciful Krishna is, look at your situation. You can be living a life of an animal life and die like an animal, but you've been given this opportunity. Okay? Nakita niyo? People are living a life thinking they're enjoyers. Eating, sleeping, mating, having sex. The goal of life, animal life. Okay. But because Krishna is very merciful, arrange niya yung buhay niyo. But if you want a relationship with God, very close, then you must make friendship with Him. Okay? In your heart, in your activities, in your service, in your life, in your focus, because it is what He wants. That you, tayo, must become His friend. Kaya nga, He guides you through the spiritual master who gives you the holy names, to have classes every day, to engage in the process of devotional service. Devotional service means devotion, pag-ibig sa puso mo. Ngayon, kung nasa bodily identification ka, iba yung devotion mo. Ang devotion mo is about the hardware. Okay? Na kinakalawang, no? Di ba yung pagsabi yung hardware, mga bakal, mga ganon. Material energy. Kaya nga dangerous yung pag nakapokus ka sa hardware. Ma-infect yung body mo. Hindi mo napansin sa kanila ngayon. For example, everybody wears short, okay? Pero hindi pa kontento, they wear another short pa talaga na para hindi makita yung tinatago nila. Pero pinapakita nila. Di ba? Tinatago nila, pero pinapakita. Diba? Tapos, yung mga boys naman, usama ni. Okay? Pero what is the point there? Maya alluring you. Look what I've got. Okay? Pero dangerous na para sa mga girls, kay pag maggamit ka ng ganun, ma-infect yung organ mo kasi papawisan ka eh. Magkakaroon ng bacteria. Okay? Kasi hindi lalabas yung sweat. Magkakagid ka. Okay. Pero pag yan na yung pinag-uusapan, usually the girls, nasa body ng girls, saka they cringe. Alam yung cringe? Alam yung cringe? Cringe yung talagang uneasy ka. You're destroying my world. You're destroying my world. How can I? Kasi agent ka ni Maya eh. Okay? You're destroying my world. So alam nyo, ako personally, Mia, if you're sane, I am in a man's body, I would rather, in the future, I would rather marry someone who's very modest, who's not a materialist. Or else you have problem. Okay? You'll be like a slave. Okay? Trying to have an altar. An altar of hardware. Okay? Is it clear sa inyo? So, nakita nyo how Krishna loves you, how Krishna protects you. So, stop. Lahat yung akala nyo sa mundo nyo dati, it's not your world. Hindi yun ang totoo. It's all illusion. Binudul-budul lang kayo ni Maya. Okay? Kaya nga sinabi sa inyo yung headhunter, totoo yun. Makita nyo, minsan pakita ko sa inyo yung ulo na nakahang sa South America yun eh. Sa South America, sa Amazon. Usually sila, mag-aawayan sila, patayan yan ng mga tribo, kasi may mga tribo, ayaw ang pangalan ng mga tribo na yun. Tapos sa isang lugar, makita nila souvenir. Kaya punta ka kayo mga ibang turista, pupunta sa souvenir, ano yung souvenir shop? Pag di ba, punta ka sa isang lugar, you go to a place, for example, you go to a place in Bohol, di ba? Unsa ba na ang ano bang meron sa Bohol? Ha? Na pagkain doon na talagang bibili tayo. Ha? Binagul? So parang meron kang souvenir at t-shirt na may tarsier. Di ba? Pero pag pumunta ka sa South America, yung mga okay, unsa nga, palit siguro ta ka ng nakahang na mga ulo ba, sa headhunter, okay? Pero hindi natin napapansin yun. Kasi na-condition nga tayo. At ang mundo natin, tayo lang. We have no friend actually. Alam niyo sinong friend niyo? Si Maya. Kasi akala niyo, lahat ng gusto niyong gawin, binibigyan niya. Pero hindi. Maya is a very mean master. Very mean. Kaya the more na kinakaibigan mo siya, spiritual life is like you make a decision not to be a friend of Maya. But after understanding for a while yung relationship between your friend, Lord Krishna, you begin to see Maya differently. Hindi na yung, Maya, ano? Hindi na ganun. You see it for as it is, and then you see you, because you, the person, you're marginal. You have a choice. You can be, nasa gitna ka minute ba? Pwedeng, sabi ni Maya, dito ka. Sabi ni Krsna, dito ka. Ikaw, dito ako. Tignan mo ba? Para bang, asa ba ang maayo dire? Okay? You have a choice. But when you are relating to Lord Krishna, your friend, it means your heart, your life, and that awareness transcend this miserable world. That's why a devotee is transcendental to this miserable world. So you must all become devotees of Krishna. You must experience affection and friendship with God. Okay? Yun ang purpose dito. It's not just a place you stay. Because time is moving. Not only that, yung mga individuals who have their own will na talagang akala nila friend nila si Maya, kaibigan nila, and they're given this opportunity to hear about the science. Para bang, nakakita na ba kayo ng devil's advocate? Alin? Devil's advocate? Yung, parang ganito Alam mo, ito yung tama. Pero mayroong muhunghung ba dahil sa consciousness, yung passion mo, muhunghung. Dili na, kirtandas. Sundon ni mo na. Asa ka na paingon, okay? So ngayon isip. Pero hindi mo nawapansin yun, yung mode of passion, okay? Sabihin, tago ni mo na tanan gipadala pagkaon. Dili ipakita kay tasinggadas, kay baka kuwaw niya na. Okay? Okay? Tapos yung mga girls naman, nandyan, wala si Krishna dasi. At to sa taas, kay daghan siya kanang make-up. Daghan siya kanang cutex, okay? Daghan siya kanang dye. Ikaw naman, alam mo, hindi tama, okay? Kasi hindi sa'yo Okay? Devil's advocate. Si Maya yun. Pero dahil servant ka ni Maya, kaibigan mo, okay, akyat ka, wala man siya. Di ba? Pero hindi mo alam, pagdating nun, mag-wild yun. Kisa yung kuya sa cutex na ako. Okay? Pero ikaw, maliit na bagay lang, hindi mo napansin. But because your friendship is with Maya, with illusion, you follow her. So what will protect you? Okay? Your friendship with Krishna. What will protect you? Your love for Krishna. So, spiritual life is about your relationship with God. Okay? Whatever you do, is it pleasing to Krishna? Okay? How can I please Krishna? Yun. Kaya hindi ka maano sa mundo na to ni Maya. Kasi pinag-usapan lang pa natin, tayo pa lang eh. Kayo pa lang ba? Okay? But when you're in a place wherein so many people, tapos iba-iba yung consciousness, iba-iba yung influence ni Maya, iba-iba yung gustong kabigin. Alam mo yung gustong kabigin? Kabig ba? Okay? Iba-iba yung gusto nila eh. Okay? Kaya yung mga iba naman, okay, I'll be a devotee, okay? Magpaka-devotee ako. Panglabas, okay? Kaibigan ko si to, para pagbotohan, boto. Sa amin ang bahandi sa organisasyon. Okay? May mga ganon. They put their time to control. Hindi pwede yan. They keep the teachings of the Gurudev. Hindi nila ituturo sa inyo. Sila lang, tatago nila. Okay? Weird. Yung devotee, he's very happy to share knowledge about Lord Krishna, how He loves you, how He cares for you. But these people, no, you know, it's confidential. Di ninyo na pwede itulo. Ano man, kay makita nila among kaimtang na wa pala mi pulos na gisunod nyo. Na nagsugo sa inyo. Okay? Mag-volunteer, magtrabaho ay bayad. Kita nyo? Maya is very strong, very powerful, okay? It separates you from loving Krishna. That's her role. For us who made the decision not to serve Krishna. But Krishna is so merciful. He's our friend. He invites us again. Kaya nga, sabi niya, this science has been lost. But still, I come here to establish it again. Kaya nga, ang sabi niya, one must have someone you can confide. Kaibigan mo. Yun yung devotee niya. Yun Srila Prabhupada. Si Jagad Guru Siddhaswarup. That you can be following Jagad Guru Siddhaswarup, Ananda Paramahamsa, his teaching, because it is in harmony with the will and desire of the Lord within the heart and Krishna's will. So, kung doon ka nakapokus, then you're protected from Maya. Okay. Kaya dapat sundin natin to. Maintindihan natin maigi. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is told to you by me because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. So, sino hindi makakaintindi sa transcendental mercy? Someone who is a servant of Maya. Because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear anything that will destroy their dominion. Okay? Ano yung dominion? Control over you. So Maya, they're servant of Maya, and they control you. How do they control you? Through your senses. Through their hardware. Is it clear? Intindihan nyo? So makikita nyo, oh, ganito pala yung sitwasyon. So ngayon, what will you do? Awareness now must be focused clearly in the process of purification, the Maha Mantra, the supreme yajna or sacrifice in this age of Kali Yuga. The purificatory process of the Sankirtan movement. God Himself will purify us. So our friendship with Him will be established. So the more you chant, the more your friendship becomes very close. Okay? If you're not making progress, then means there's problem with your life. Either you're committing offenses, or you're lax, or you're lazy. God knows your heart. To succeed in spiritual life, you must be sincere. Alin sincero ba? You cannot be duplistic. Alin duplistic? Doble cara ba? Alin duplistic? Doble cara ba? Okay? Duplistic means you say one thing, you do the other thing. Duplistic means pakita mo devotee ka pero activities mo hindi devotee. Pakita mo sincere ka pero hindi ka pala sincere, okay? Sabi mo yes pero no pala. Okay. You engage in the service not as a service itself, but it's just a means to make a show you're a devotee, okay? You're not really engaging in the process of devotional service as the end itself, because it gives you happiness, gives you life, gives you connection. If you are in that state, then you're making progress, because you're now in a world that is transcendental to this miserable world. Especially when your body got sick, you can check now. How am I doing? Paano ba ang sitwasyon ko? Then doon mo makita, kailangan pala I must make more effort. Okay? Kagaya yung training ng mga sundalo, especially yung mga Marines, di ba? Kasi tawag sa kanila nag-grunt. Tawag sa kanila yung talagang mga sila, yung tough. Pero before going to the war, they engage in practice, okay? Talagang tedious practice. Pagdating nila ron, pagdating lang nila, hindi sila makatakbo ng 6 kilometers na may dalang bag, 50 pounds, okay, 25 kilos. At hindi sila sanay sa kahirapan. Pero sa training, nasanay sila sa kahirapan. Kasi tinitrain sila na pag pumunta sila dun sa lugar na yun, they will be facing an adversary. And adversary, ibig sabihin kalaban. Adversary, kalaban. Hindi lang yung kalaban nila na nakikipaggera sila. Yung adversary, yung environment. Halimbawa, malagay sila sa desert o kaya sa Afghanistan. Hindi sila sanay hindi sila sanay mag-hike. Kasi puro bundok eh. Araw-araw pupunta kayo doon, kung walang helicopter, lalakarin nyo yung bundok, parang dito hanggang Tampilisan, lalakarin nyo yung pakyat. Tapos pagkatapos doon, babalik na naman kayo. Hindi kayo na-train. Di ba? Kung nung buhay mo, wala kang ginawa na pag uwi mo sa bahay, lumaki ka na mama's boy, okay? Lagi kang may dalang baby roll, saka bimpo dito, saka tali ba? Dahil pag kumakain ka, tumatapon yung pagkain mo. Tapos, hindi ka nag-undergo ng training. Okay? Pinadala ka doon. Okay? Hindi ka magsasucceed. Kasi, yung experience, yung kalaban mo, hindi yung akala mo sa mind mo. Yung reality. Okay? Turuan kayo lahat ng skills to fight yung adversary nyo, kalaban nyo. Either hand-to-hand combat. Wala kang ginawa, kundi magsayaw ng, ng kasama yung DI ng tita mo, okay? Ng lambada, okay? Hindi naman lambada yung sayaw doon. Okay? So, mangyari, pumunta ka doon, okay? Patay ka. Okay? So, ang point ko rito, you must be trained. You must practice. Ganon ang training to go to that war. So, you can be protected. Kung hindi ka tatawa ng bala, hindi ka magkasakit. But you must have physical fitness. Kaya nga, kaya nila magbuhat ng mga, yung malalaking ganon, ilang kilos yun. 25, 50 kilos. Ganon, 10 beses. Okay? Pero kung ang dala-dala mo lang, baby roll parate, Mami, wala yung laman na, hindi ka pwede doon. Okay? Pag may problema, Daddy, Mami, tabang. Okay? Padala palawan budget. Okay? Wala ko gatas. Okay? Hindi ganon doon. So ngayon, kung hindi kayo natuto sa tinuturo sa inyo, at hindi nyo naging kaibigan si Krishna, kasi hindi nga tayo sincere, hindi tayo nag-make ng effort. Kasi Krishna, all He needs is your love. None other. Pag-ibig mo. Yung surrender mo, even though alam mo wala kang pag-ibig, but you're gonna offer your life, your heart. Krishna, I don't have love for you, but I surrender everything to you. Krishna accepts you, okay? So hindi mo na kailangan magpakita ng, oh, gahi ko. Di na. Krishna protects you, okay? It's a different world. Unlike yung sa mundo na to. Sa mundo na to, you have to protect yourself. On your own. Problema mahirap. So ngayon, how can you protect yourself? Palima, nandito kayo ngayon. Because the science is eternal. Intindihan nyo? Eternal. Meaning, living knowledge. What you have heard and understood. You, the person who's aware ka eh. Aware ka ba? Na, yes, I'm a different energy from this hardware. Okay? Aware ka. And then, my heart, my love, can never be satisfied with this hardware. Okay? Then, I have a friend, Lord Krishna, my spiritual master. Then you focus sincerely. You offer your life without condition. Walang condition eh. Kasi you know already, and Krishna knows it. You know that you're not qualified. Yun ang point ko. You're not qualified. But because you make effort, you make a decision sincerely. My Lord, please, I want to become your friend. And that's what He wants. That you take shelter of Him unconditionally because His love is also unconditional. Okay? So Krishna tells us in Bhagavad Gita, from me comes remembrance and forgetfulness. So if you, after understanding this science and you make effort to surrender to Krishna, you'll remember your relationship anywhere, any place, anytime, even you're out of this material energy. Because it's about your awareness of your love for Krishna and your awareness of your relationship with Krishna that transcends time and space. That is all about this transcendental science, not about this hardware. Kaya nga it's a sad and a pity that people are so much engrossed and they don't want to take the path in process. They don't want to make the effort. And the effort is simply, my dear Lord Krishna, unconditionally I offer everything to you. Meaning, you offer your problems, everything. When Krishna tells you, just surrender unto me, I'll protect you. Ang inisip mo kasi ng surrender, ano inisip nyo ng surrender parate? Kailangan perfect ako, kailangan maganda to. No, you offer everything to Krishna. Just like when Arjuna is so much perplexed, confused. He said, I'm confused. What did he do? He offered everything to Lord Krishna and he got protected. That's my point. Intindihan nyo? So don't ever make an effort na to make believe that you're perfect before surrendering to Krishna. Because His love for you is unconditional. Kaya nga, He loves you. But when you are able to experience that affection and care and compassion, how you're being loved, then you feel actually smothered with love. Alam mo yung smothered? When you're, for example, dito na lang I'll give you one example. When you're doing something in Madana, Mohana, then it's your birthday, everybody sings, you know, somebody cooks cake, you know. Oy, happy birthday to you, okay? You're smothered with, alam mo yung smothered? Parang tinabunan ka man ng care sa kapagmamahal, okay? Parang lamaw ba? Mahirap magbisay. When you're in that world, you're smothered with Krishna's love, you feel in your heart that you're not really deserving. But because He loves you, He gives it to you. But materialism, when you're in Maya, you think you're entitled. Alam niyo entitled? Alam niyo entitled? You think para bang, uy, obligado mo sa ako. Kaya nag-chant ba ako? Okay? Entitlement ba? Devotee ba ako? Offer respect. Bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down. Okay? Entitlement. But you should bow down to the spiritual master. You should offer respect to everybody because everybody is a child of God. My point is entitlement. Okay? But entitlement based upon maya or illusion is about control of others. That's why the devotee has clarity. Kita niya lahat. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Kaya yung spiritual life is awareness. And when you have that, your relationship with God, you're free. Nobody touches you. Okay? You're in a world insulated. Ano yung insulated? Ano yung insulated? Insulated ba ganun? Para bang, alam niyo yung pag sa gera, meron silang bulletproof vest. Insulated yung katawan nila ng tama ng bala. Dito lang hindi sa ulo. Okay? Pero yung insulated ka ba? Because your awareness is not focused upon controlling this hardware. Your awareness now is offering everything and in harmony with what Krishna wants. And you glorify Him. You engage in the practice of meditation because when you chant the holy names of Krishna, Krishna is pleased. Is it clear? Where's Govinda dancing? Ha? Ha? Bakit ba? Lantan siya? So, the point there is like that. So, dito nyo makikita, ito ano pa lang to para bang trial pa lang sa inyo ba? Binigyan, padama pa lang ba sa inyo, okay? Padama pa lang, nakasakit yung body nyo, okay? Nakasakit yung body nyo, kung nag-identify ka sa body, okay? Nakahiga ka doon, nobody's taking care of you, okay? Nakahiga ka, all alone. Kasi yung mundo mo, ikaw lang man din talaga. In materialism, it's all about you. You're alone. Live alone and die alone. Pero gusto mo, hakop mo lahat. Okay? Yun ang material life. You live alone for yourself and you die alone. Wala kang shelter. So ganito, binigyan kayo ng, parang trial ba? Trial. Alam yung mock fight? Yung mock fight ba? Bago maglaban yung mga boxer. Bababababababag. Pero hindi totohanan yun. Tamaan pa rin yung boxer, okay? Kasi kakalawa, mock fight. Bababababab. So ngayon, binigyan kayo ng chance, nakasakit yung body nyo. Which is by nature, the body will get sick. Okay. So nakasakit yung body, nag-isa kayo, dahil yung, syempre, natural lang, you'll be put in a infirmary. Ibig sabihin na infirmary, yung lugar na hindi kakalat yung sakit na yung trangkaso, yung virus, hindi kakalat para ma-infect yung iba. So, mag-isa lang kayo doon. Okay? Wala lumalapit sa inyo. Ang lalapit lang sa inyo, tunulan lang mo pagkaon. Pero kung wala kang understanding about your true identity, hindi ka aware, hindi mo alam yung science na to, kawawa ka. Kasi you'll be feeling self-pity. Alam mo self-pity? Luoy kayo ko, I'm all alone. Yun ang ma-experience nyo. But yung devotee, the more he's alone, he likes it because he can offer his life to Krishna. Pag may problema, Krishna. And when he's alone, Krishna, for so long, I've been away from you. He's feeling humbleness in devotee. Na he's been doing so many things, but he's grateful that Krishna is still there waiting for him. Yun ang point. Krishna is always waiting for you. Pero pag servant ka ni Maya, you will not be waiting for Krishna kasi you will be driven by the mind, the desire. Okay? Nandyan yung kaibigan mo, uy, dumating yung kaibigan natin na nandyan, pero may busman dito na paalis na. Saan papunta yan? Di ko kayo baluasa. Okay? lukso ka kaagad, nakalimutan mo, yung kaibigan mo. No? Yung pala yung pupuntahan mo rin doon. So, the point is that Lord Krishna is just waiting for us so we can establish this friendship again. And that friendship is about awareness. And awareness is about wisdom. Who we are, our position, our function, our activities. So, material life is about awareness of the hardware, following the senses, following the mind, following something that is not eternal. Having security that is not eternal. This world, the forms of this world, and then you experience pain and suffering. So the devotee who is in that world of transcendental consciousness is able to be in a situation in closeness with his friendship with Lord Krishna to help others, to protect, to teach, because it doesn't matter what situation he's in, because he's a friend of Krishna and he embraces Krishna. He chants the holy names. His heart is under the care of Lord Krishna, completely following the instruction of Lord Krishna. And Lord Krishna tells him, see Lord Krishna telling us, Lord Krishna, God is real, just like you're real. But your mind is not real. Okay? But because you think you're the mind, then you have a problem because your guru is the mind, the senses. And when Lord Krishna tells us, He's giving us the science so we can know who our Father is, who is our friend, then you must learn, you must study. And it begins with understanding your true transcendental nature as a different energy from this body. You must understand that we're under the laws of material nature, that there's someone who's always controlling us. We're not the controllers, okay? And our activities is always centered around search for happiness. So by nature, the living entity will be looking for someone to love and serve. That is you, that is me. Someone to take shelter who is self-sufficient, who will give me happiness. And that is the Supreme Person who is giving this transcendental science. So that is the greatest benefit. That's the greatest wealth that you have. Now, if you throw it away, just baliwala lang sa inyo, then it means you're not interested with making friends with Krishna. Okay? But even though you may not be interested, but you're given this opportunity, and you have this feeling in your heart of humbleness. You're feeling, I'm not qualified, I'm sinful, but my Lord, please allow me to be engaging and be part of your will, your pastimes, although I'm not qualified, then that is a right consciousness. But if you're thinking na, I'm not qualified, I'll just be with Maya, engaged. Anyway, I'm not qualified, then your consciousness is contaminated because you have this anger, your frustration. That's why love is unconditional. Walang condition. The Krishna's love for us is no condition. You may have done something very horrible in your life, because all of us, we don't have a clean slate in our life here. You think, I'm a devotee. No. We have checkered life. Alam mo yung checkered life? We've done so many things that is sinful. So many things. Kaya nga ganito yung consciousness natin. Kaya ganun yung influence natin ng modes, passion, goodness, ignorance. But anyway, Krishna loves us. He's establishing a relationship again with wisdom, so we can make an effort to relate to Him again. Is it clear with you? Is it understandable? So yun ang dapat nyo gawin. So, but if you miss it, then you'll be following your mind. Then you're lost. You get lost. Kaya nga sabi ni Krishna kay Arjuna, whatever, you will be following your nature. Okay? If you don't follow my instruction, then you'll still be engaging in warfare because that is your nature. So the living entity, all of us here, by nature, you'll always be looking for someone to serve and love because you're not self-sufficient. You'll be looking for someone to offer your heart, your life, to take shelter. Okay? But if it's not with transcendental wisdom, what will happen? It will not be directed upon the all-loving Supreme Person who is self-sufficient, who has unconditional love for us, who is the Lord of love, sweet Lord Krishna, the all-attractive Supreme Person, Govinda. Is it clear? You have any question, Kirtandas? Is klaro sa inyo? So you become aware, okay? And I'll tell you something that you should be watchful. That's why association is very important. Association. So if a person is making an effort to just serve Krishna and his spiritual master, that is the best association. Because that person is not influenced by Maya or illusion. But if a person is not in that state of consciousness, she or he will be an agent of Maya. Okay. So she will influence you also to be in Maya. Okay. To be focused upon lordship, control, this material world. So it takes two to tango, okay? Is it clear? So the whole purpose of the study program is to protect you. Unlike the difference between this training sa military is that you go there and fight your adversary, Mother Nature, and the people there with the hardware they're bringing, whatever, either Armalite ba yan o ano ba yan, okay? To fight and kill those people, it's the different world. Okay? This will be a fight for your life, and your life is Krishna's love. Okay? What will you make? What stand will you make? Will it be something that you cannot hold on? You try to control? It's insane. It should be a decision-making effort. My Lord, let me be your loving servant. Okay? Let me be the devotee of your devotee. Kaya nga, I was reading last time, I don't know if I was really intent on reading it to the people who are new. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that, let me be a dog of Krishna. Okay. Alam yung dog who loves his master, nandun lang siya nakaupo sa pintuan, hinihintay yung master niya. Okay. But if you are not really pure in your love for Krishna and surrender, so the spiritual master, when you ba, tayo, hindi pa tayo nasa stage ng transcendental world, beyond false ego, yung aso, although dog ka ng spiritual, may tali. Kuminsan mahabang-mahaba. Kasi yung aso kuminsan lumalayo, di ba? Pag mahabang-mahaba, akala ng aso, free na ako ah. Pagdating niya, uy, may kalawang aso rito. Ah! Hilahin siya. Shh. Uy, balik dito, okay? Okay. Pero yung devotee dog, walang tali yun kasi completely surrender kay Krishna. Ang nakakatakot, yung asong walang tali na hindi dog ni Krishna. Maging kagaya ka ni Brownie dyan, no? Saka ni Whitey. Di ba? Nandito na sila sa Madana. Pero napansin ba nyo si Brownie dyan? Nandyan lagi. Pero lalapit kayo. Lalapit ba sa inyo yan? Di ba? Sabi nyo, Brownie, come. Eat food. Si Whitey, makita kayo. Layo ka agad. Di ba? So, if you become sensitive, you begin to see the problem is not with Lord Krishna. The problem is about me, about my awareness, about the purity of my heart, how hard my heart is, that I have a hard and arrogant heart. Gano tayo kagahi ba? Pero, kaya, sige mo tayo igit. Gahi mo. Kaya, pag may may mga sakit na ganyan, anong solusyon agad? Yung devotee, time to go. Okay? Time to go. Di ba? Anong sasabihin ng mga tao sa inyo? Go to the hospital! Go to the hospital! Dalo na sa hospital! Okay? Delikado ba dito? Nag-atang ba to ang St. Peter dito? Okay? Pag-abot mo sa hospital naman, St. Peter, Pico, nandun sila dito. Na dito si Cosmopolitan, nag-atang manatanan. Kaun sa kanima mamatay. Okay? Di lang to. Pag-abot mo doon, lahat ng tao doon namamatay. Okay? Sabihin sa'yo, Dok, wag niyo akong pabayaan. Okay? Paano ka hindi papabayaan ng doktor? Hindi ka naman nakikita ng doktor. Nakikita lang ng doktor yung katawan mo eh. Okay. Halimbawa na, kagaya ng friend namin, nandyan, si Jaime, nandyan, nagtrabaho man sa akin yun. Yung tower doon, nahulog siya sa ibabaw. Wala pa kayo dito nun ba? Dahil sa internet na yan, ni Samuel, na akala ko may power yung internet. Hanggang ngayon wala pa rin. Tumumba yung tower. Araw-araw, they're climbing there. Si Dan, dalawa sila. Then hapon, we're about to, okay, kain na tayo, merienda, kasi tapos na yung tower eh. Pababa siya, biglang gumanon yung tower. Tumumba, papunta dun sa Nara. Tumapon siya sa Nara. Nandun ba ako sa harap? Jaime, gunit! Kita na ako paghulog sa body ni Jaime. Boom! Gawa siyang dugo. Karga na ako siya, Jaime. Sasakyan, katong Suzuki. Haribol, dili mo na lakaw, okay? Si Mumar nandyan. Si Mumar, aribol, di lang. Dala sa ospital. Pagdating doon, doktor, lahat ginagawa. Pero alam mo, mamamatay siya kasi iba yung tama eh. Tumama. Body ba niya gumano? Sarapan ko. So it's a very dangerous world. Okay? Huwag niyo isipin na, okay dito Okay? Nandito kayo ngayon sa temple, okay? Pero the world is a world of death. You're an environment of death. Kaya wag na kayo magtanong na, Dok, buhay ko! Huwag pabayaan ko mamatay! Wag! Mamatay ka man gyudong. Handa ka naman. Okay? So you're being trained now to face that door. While entering that door, you must become like Maharaj Pariksit. Si Maharaj Pariksit, umupo siya, he has 7 days to live. Maharaj Pariksit, okay? He knows he will be leaving the body in 7 days. So he sat down and listened to Sukadev Goswami, the disciple of Narada Muni, our spiritual master, okay? So dito nyo makita yung continuity of Krishna's love for us. That the science is eternal. So Maharaj Pariksit, who is an emperor, sat down and listened to the eternal pastimes of Lord Krishna. Yun yung binabasa nyo gabi-gabi rito. Si Bali Maharaj and everything. And while he's sitting down, nakikinig sa eternal pastimes si Krishna, he becomes enthused, encouraged, because his awareness is about awareness of what is transcendental and eternal. Not this hardware, this dead world. Kaya he sat down for 7 days and for 7 nights without drinking, without eating, without sleeping. He's simply enthused and aware that the more he listened, he asked questions. And Sukadev Goswami is so pleased with him. So yun yung relationship na dapat, na pwede nating ma-establish. The relationship of Sukadev Goswami and Maharaj Pariksit, it's open to you because of our spiritual master. Is it clear? That you can be like Maharaj Pariksit sitting in front of Sukadev Goswami because Bhagavad Gita is here, the instructing spiritual master teaching us, and our Gurudev giving us the holy names. So I mean, the more we listen, we understand this, Krishna will give you vision from within. He gives you remembrance that you'll remember your loving, devotional relationship with Him. He will help you make it very close. Okay? Provided you're sincere. That even though you're not sincere because of the contamination with His love is unconditional. So we must be in this humbleness that we are not feeling qualified, entitled, and still we can make effort. Krishna, please protect me. Is it clear sa inyo? Kaya pag dumating na sa oras na kung halimbawa nakahiga kayo ngayon, malay nyo, hindi na pala oras na para umalis. Okay? Hindi na yung umiiyak kayo, luoy kayo ko, isa na lang yun ko, isa na lang yun ko. Tigok. Okay? Si Maharaj Pariksit, alam niya 7 days, okay? 7 days, lingkod ko, maminaw ko kay Sukadev Goswami. Okay? Then time comes. Sabi niya, let the snake of death bite me. Okay? Let it come. Why? Because he bypassed death already. So when you understand the science of devotional service about awareness, you transcend death. Kasi yung hardware na to, itong material world, you understand you are not part of it. Your awareness is simply with your relationship with Krishna. That is what we should be focusing. Yun ang turo sa Christianity. Alam niyo, you have been, kasi hindi naman kayo lumaki sa school ng mga Christian teachers, no? No? Ako lumaki man ako sa eskwela ng mga solido katoliko pari. Bata pa. Lahat sinunod ko nun. Pero ang turo doon is to love the Father with thy whole heart, thy whole mind, thy whole being. Yan ang turo. Hindi ang turo doon sumurrender sa church. At ang turo doon ay hindi tungkol sa, ang turo doon ay hindi tungkol sa, hindi tinuturo doon kung sino ka talaga eh. Tinuturo nila, God made this world for our enjoyment. Okay? Tapos may tinuturo silang dalawa. God made this world for our enjoyment, tapos may dalawang grupo rin. If you enjoy, bad. No? Sinful yan. Yung isa naman, yung conservative, no. Yung isa naman, yung liberal. God made this world for enjoyment. Sabi ko, saan ba tayo rito pupwesto? Okay? Pero dahil may tinuro na sila, this world is for our enjoyment. Okay? Go out and multiply. Yung mga turo doon eh. Pero ang tanong ko talaga dati, tinanong ko when I was there, what is the kingdom of God? How does the Father look like? What is He doing in His kingdom? Wala makasagot. Kasi how can you answer something you don't know? Di ba? Masi anong gawin nyo? Di ba? Halimbawa, magtanong ka sa isang person, halimbawa kay Nasinggadas, sa tanongin ko, Nasinggadas, asa ba rin ang kiuraw? Okay. Sabi, may dumating sama sir, dito, mag-submit mi sa pina ba? Kanang nagbayad ka ng nangutang kaldero, nagbayad. Okay? Nasa pina kailangan bayaran niya to, wato siya sa barangay. Okay. Kiuraw, siguro. Kiuraw. Di ka mangutambilisan. Baka dito. Dahil hindi niya alam, hindi niya masabi. Okay? So yung process na to is not a make-believe. Alam mo yung make-believe? Muto ko, dili ko yung sakitan. Muto na lang ko para makauli na ko sa akong mama. No, it's not like that. It's not a make-believe. You must be with clarity, with wisdom. Para alam mo. Okay? Parang yung training sa military. Di ba, pag bata kayo, lalaro kayong baril-baril. Sa military, pag nag-training, iba. Tatalian yung ulo nyo, mata nyo, ganun. Madilim. I-assemble nyo yung baril. Kailangan mabilis. Wala pang 1 minuto, assemble na nyo. Kaya ilang parts lang man yung Armalite. Araw-araw yun. Gina-practice nyo yun. Okay? Okay. Pag hindi mo alam, hindi pwedeng, pag nasa gera ka na, nandyan yung unsa mani. Dahil hindi mo alam, hindi mo ma-assemble. Unsa mani, ang barrel paingon sa imo. Di ba? Kaya, hindi make-believe ang spirito, hindi make-believe. You must really understand it clearly. Okay? Para bang alam mo talaga na, oy, ang sonrok di na imno na, o kaya ang 1, 2, 3, hilo na. Okay, gispray ba ni Jimmy, pampatay sa mga anay? Alam niyo yung 1, 2, 3? Ha? O kaya power to kill, alam niyo yan. Alam niyo yan? So, alam niyo yung kaibahan ng power to kill, saka 1, 2, 3, saka sonrok, saka yung uric acid, saka yung tubig ng mineral water na purified. Alam niyo yung difference, di ba? Hindi pwedeng, unsa man ni, pareho man ang kolor, uhaw man ko. Okay? Uhaw ka eh. Abrinin mo, ginumin mo. Okay? Dead ball ka. Okay? Wala kang kaalaman eh. Dapat with clarity. Dati, wala kayong clarity dahil sinusunod nyo yung mind. Kasi yung mind, ibibaby man kayo. Ni Maya, duyanin man kayo ni Maya. Uy, Kirtandas, good baby boy, okay? I'll give you everything, just follow me. Ganon yung si Maya. Kaya sundin mo lang yung desire mo. Follow the desire. So ganon lang yun. Ikaw naman, hindi mo alam, dahan-dahan ka na palang iniihaw ba? Parang papunta sa slaughterhouse. Dahan-dahan. Kasi, pag umalis ka, balik ka uli rito. To suffer birth, death, disease, and old age. At marami ba yung pwede kang piliin na program? Alam niyo yung modes? Very complicated yun. E namatay ka sa mode of passion. At mode of ignorance. You did not pass away as a human being yung consciousness. So, ang program, nakaupo na yung mga okay, unsay paghawa niya. Ang iyang una-una, kini. Tinini. Okay? Gihuna-huna niya, murag. Duol man sa baboy, ano na lang siya? Baboy halas. Kaya ka naman niya, gihuna-huna. Daling ka dun sa Yamaloka. Yung spirit soul, covered ng subtle body. Okay? Kasi yung subtle body, kailangan ma-purify yun. Yung mind ba? Yung mind. Kaya ka may katawan dahil sa mind. Okay? Daling ka doon. Pagdating mo doon, ipoprogram ka. Okay? Kasama ka ng mga tao. May mga living entity rin doon. Okay? Marami. Nandun lahat, pinapahirapan. Doon ka. Yung consciousness mo, nakadescribe yan. Basahin niyo sa Srimad Bhagavatam. Nandun ka years and years, kasama mo yung mga baboy, kain, kinakain mo, baboy, lamaw. Pagtagal, inisip mo, baboy ka na. Okay, humana ang program. The die is cast. Alam niyo the die? The die ba? Yung forma ba? Hindi ba pag maghimo sila sapatos, yung may die cast, ihulog ang rubber doon, ligid, o kaya ang die, yung die ba? The die is cast. Okay, the die is cast. Baboy halas. Okay. Lagi. Umuulan, mahulog ka, doon ka panganak. Sa jungle ka. Ang mama mo, baboy halas din. Okay? Sa loob ka ng tiyan, labas mo, ay. Okay? 8,400,000 species of life. Pwede mong pilian. Kaya, sino makakaalis dito? Wala, di ba? Hanggat nakalimutan natin si Krishna at hindi natin pinahalagahan yung pagpakaibigan, then pwede kang, nandiyan naman siya parate, naghintay sa atin. Pero pwede ka ba yung mawala matagal-tagal? Okay? Pagtagal mo, pwede kasing ilagay mo na lang ng, sige, ikot, umalis ka. Makalimutan mo na yung family mo, di ba? Kasi iba na naman yung consciousness mo. Iba naman yung consciousness mo, influence na modes, iba na. So, yung dati mong na-experience, wala na yun. Kaya, hindi mo na maisip, dati taga-Tampilisan ko, taga-Sambuanga, hindi mo na maisip yun. Lahat ng experience mo na sa mind mo na lang yun. Kasi, because you're not God, you're not all-powerful, you cannot remember past, present, and future. Only God can remember past, present, and future. And the pure devotees like Narada Muni, our Gurudev, and Parampara. Is it clear? So the point is, we must become friends of Krishna. So I'll read it again. So sa buhay nyo, you should make a decision. Okay? Kasi hindi pwedeng unya na, kaunsa pa na. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, if you're not really interested, dua-dua pa inyong isip, then you must make more effort to become aware of your relationship with God by engaging in the yoga process of chanting. You must make effort in chanting the holy name. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee, as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. You can understand it when you begin to chant, because your heart now, when you offer something to Krishna, you have this desire to offer something in your heart, to have a relationship. You experience devotion, and devotion to Krishna gives you happiness. Okay? Kaya doon mo makikita, I offer a flower to Krishna, I make a garland, I'm happy. So Krishna is accepting it. Kaya pag isip mo, tomorrow I'll be, this week, gagawa naman ako magandang garland, offer to Krishna. Magluluto ako to offer to Krishna so people can be engaged in the service. It's all about Krishna. Lahat. It's not about you. Maya is about you alone, under the control of Maya. Okay? Don't ever think Maya is not powerful, okay? Kaya you come in association with devotees, then you will be always reminded. Kaya important to have this study program to be reminded. And someday, when you are so mature enough, then you can share it, you can teach it to others. You can also help others to be close with Krishna. Is that clear, Hannah? Okay? That becomes your life. That becomes your protection. And those people, your parents, all of them, who are your well-wisher, will always be protected. Okay? Because they care for you. Then naturally, if you become a very close friend of Krishna, then Krishna takes care of all of them. Although Krishna taking care of everything. Who is dear to you, Krishna is, who are also very dear to Krishna. Okay? Just like, for example, a friend of a friend. Okay? Kaibigan ko mami mo Okay? Tapos, you look like her, no? Hanggang saan na siya, okay? Because that son or daughter is the son of your best friend, you also care for that person, okay? You wish him well. Ganun ang relationship sa spiritual life. Pero yung devotee, He's on a transcendental level. He does not hate anyone or dislike anyone because he sees everyone as a child of God. He does not see anyone as a demon or a sinful person. He sees with an equal vision a devotee of God, a Brahmana, an elephant, a dog eater, with an equal vision because everybody is a child of God. Okay? It's only the material nature that covers that living entity that makes distinction. He sees with that equanimity. Ba? So when you understand this science, you become aware of what influences a person. Not to serve or serve. It's the modes of material nature. So Lord Krishna tells us, material nature is very powerful. But if you surrender to Him, you can overcome it. Meaning what I'm trying to tell you now. Krishna's making friends with you. Okay? Haribal, namaste.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namite, Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestaya Te. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya. Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna